good morning, good morning. You are listening and you also are watching Church Without Walls. Every Monday morning, 11 to 12, Central Standard Time on the New Orleans Talk Network. I'm your host, Charles Stewart, co-host, Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams. Our special guest today, no other than one and only, Herman Magic Charles is in the studio. We're excited to have him as our special guest. And we hope that you had a great weekend. We know you have. And y'all know that we are Church Without Walls, the name of the show. And you know that you are the church. And whatever the name of your building that you go to on Sunday, that's the four walls. And we want you to share with us what you learned from the Holy Temple that you went to yesterday. Also, we want to share with you the knowledge that God give us. And we always say we kind of knock down the wall that's standing in your way. And that's why we come to you every Monday morning. Want to say quickly, Church Without Wall, we have our annual fundraiser. You know, the company do cost a little money to be on the air every Monday morning. So we're having a fundraiser December the 9th, 7:30 until at 7601 West Bank Expressway. And we call this Oldie But Goodie Christmas Blast, a blast from the past. And the last one that we had, people still talking about it. We had your music entertainment is J. Diamond Washington, Music Review, and Dr. Glenda E. Williams. She do a tribute to jazz legend. And if you haven't seen her show, you don't want to miss it. So come out and share with us. Ticket of $25, table $200. And we have the best food on the West Bank. So come and share with us December the 9th, 7:30 until. Don't you dare miss this event. And we want your support. Dr. William and myself want to meet you and all our special guests. And also next week, we're going to have on the show next week would be some young ladies that I met and they're some real fine young ladies. And the name of their group is the Kingdom Girl. They some young, beautiful Christian young lady, love God, and they love their community. And I was reading in their little handout pamphlet, and they said that to be a member, you got to have character. I love that. I love that. You got to have character. And it's so much. But anyway, the young lady, I think her name is, last name is Griffin, is the executive director. I think it's Kendra Griffin. Yeah, I apologize if I'm not pronouncing her name right. But anyway, she going to be on the show next week, and they got an event that's coming up also in December. So that's a few announcements. And I also want to say thank all of our listening audience. And we be trying to call name every Monday morning. I always mess up. I leave somebody's name out, and they call me up and say, man, you ain't mentioned my name. So to everybody, there you go. We thank God for all our listening audience, all everyone that watch us on Facebook and YouTube. We're so proud of you. So it's been a beautiful day today. And I know and all days are beautiful. I always tell people it's a great rainy day, it's a great sunshiny day. Whatever day, God, that you wake up, it's a great day. So we're going to have a great show for you today. And Reverend William, you have an open statement that you want to?
Well, I'd like to tell the viewers that are listening to us this morning that remember the number is area code 504-341 8255 341-8255. We need y'all to call in and share your opinion on what we are talking about. We are a church without walls. Christ had no walls that held him in, so we would like for y'all to call in. Please call in and speak with us and let us know your opinion, how you feel about what we're talking about.
Yeah, Dr. William, you hit the nail on the head. We want you to call in. Call after this your show, and the gentleman that with us today, Herman Magic Charles, he is a prime example of the reason why this show is so important. And like I said, small station like this, we provide conversation for you that and news that you would get. You're not gonna get this from no other show. I mean, I'm not gonna call no other show name, but we provide information, and you can be you. I know a young lady always said, "Could I just be me?" Well, you can just be yourself when you call in. You don't have to hold back nothing. And Magic is a perfect example. This young man have a radio station he reached. I know hundreds of thousands of people, could be in the million. And I'm not going to try to tell you how many people that he reached. And he have the same setup that we have. And I asked him to come on, and I'm so happy that he accepted the invitation. He going to explain, because I couldn't, explain to you what his station does and how many people he reaches, how many lives he affect every week.
Well, first of all, it's good to be here with you. Good to be here on the show today. And, WHKM, I started it 19 years ago, and now we're reaching 500,000 plus a day. It don't go under that, and it's 24 hours. But I wanna say that, first of all, this is a great outlet within itself, and I have to just say this to the people that's watching and listening today. The reason why I started WHKM radio station 19 years ago is because, first of all, I watched the dynamics. Being a program director for 4 different gospel stations at one time, I watched all the dynamics change, and I went to the conventions, and I seen the technology that was coming. And I knew that 19 years ago, when I started this, 3 years into it, I knew we would be in the .com world. And that's where we're at. We're in the .com world. No matter where you go, if we go in a restaurant right now, and no matter whether the restaurant is big or small, a man may be sitting there with his family. Here is his wife, here is his daughter, here is his son, and himself. What they're going to be doing while they're waiting for their food? They're not going to be talking to each other. They're going to be on the phone.
Right.
Everybody going to be doing their own thing. Right. .com side. Had a bit of a cold with this changing weather, but that's what's taking place now. I want to say to everybody that's watching and listening today, the reason why you're watching and listening to us today is because you're connected through the .com world.
Right.
They don't have no antennas on outside of this building. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere in the world that you are right now, you can lock it into what we're doing here right now, live in real time.
Right.
You know, so I often say to a lot of people, in fact, a couple of disc jockeys that was working under me, and we worked together. You know, any disc jockey where I was a program director, they would tell you, he'll tell you right now he's not our program director. You understand? We're working as a team to make God program go over because it was all gospel.
Right.
WHKM is gospel, 24-hour gospel. But we had to work together. It's just like today. The only way we are going to be able to accomplish anything and do what we are doing and what we are attempting to do is we have to work together.
Right.
You know, I just got off the airways at WHKM to come over here.
Okay.
Now the station is running itself until I get back. But I was not going to reject the opportunity when you invited me, and Brother Charles and I have been knowing each other for a long time. So I was going to reject this opportunity because I need to say right now that this network, WHKM, and any other .com network, you understand, we must come together on one accord.
Amen.
There's no reason right now. I used to be the program director for K75, Unmistakably Christian Radio. That's the late Bishop Robert Charles Blake Senior Station. They still own it.
Okay.
And at the same time, I was programming another station. I came because he called me and said, I heard about you, and I need, all my disc jockeys are gone. I need somebody that can come in and help us until they get back. So I was in town, and I did that. But it's something for all of us.
Right.
Now, as a race of people, we have to work together. this .com world, the doors are wide open. Dr. King, the late Dr. Martin Luther King, said something very profound. He said a lot of doors will be open to Negroes that have never been open to Negroes in the past. The only challenge that we face is to be ready to enter the doors when they open.
Right.
I do a gospel format. This station, this network do a talk format.
Right.
There's no reason why I should be saying, no, I'm not coming over there, Charles, even though we're good friends, we've been knowing each other for a long time. I'm gospel, this is talk. You know, I'm focused on what I'm doing. That's a thing that will separate us and keep us separated.
Right.
So now, you invited me on here to talk about WHKM, and I'm on here because this is your network.
Right.
This is a powerful force. It's no reason right now that it should be only 2 black-owned radio stations in this area. K75 on the West Bank, WBOK on the East Bank. It's no reason for that. But now the only way that we are going to be able to have our own radio stations, if people want to just be on the dial, and I think it's very important because a lot of senior citizens we know they're never going to touch a .com phone, never going to mess with a smartphone. Mm-hmm. We can't leave them out.
Right.
We have to get stations on the dial so that they can be a part of what we are doing. They can be a part of this new world order. That's what it is. You know, Bill Clinton passed a bill when he was in office saying that more minorities have to own radio stations. So he opened the market up.
Okay.
President Barack Obama came. They slowed the process when President Bill Clinton passed the bill. But now President Barack Obama came in and told the FCC, we need you to step it up. I need you to step it up fast. As a result of that, now they have a lot of African-American-owned radio stations all over the United States of America.
Okay.
But they only have 2 here
In New Orleans.
in New Orleans. I'm here to say we're going to work together and we're going to change that dynamic. There are frequencies waiting for us right now. But I don't want to apply for the frequencies as I did earlier this year and get one just for the add to WHKM.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want this network to have its own AM and FM radio station. Now, here's the key to what's taking place when you apply. When you apply for the AM. When you apply for the AM, the frequencies are there. When you get that, you automatically get an FM frequency also. The only thing is that whatever you're playing on the AM, you have to also simulcast it and play it on the FM.
Okay.
Which is a great thing because
Right.
this network right here, New Orleans Talk Network, will be heard on the AM and the FM at the same time. Mm-hmm. So those people that not too computer savvy and, like I say, never going to mess with a smartphone, they can have a choice. They can listen to you on the AM and the FM. So same thing we do here, be heard on the AM and the FM at the same time, in real time.
Right.
You know, my wife runs a company, and out of Washington D.C. They have a contract with the Army Corps of Engineers. Mm-hmm. The reason why the .com world is so important is because nobody over there on Lease Avenue can listen to a terrestrial radio.
Okay.
They can't listen to it. They don't allow it.
Okay.
Because everybody is doing work on their computers. And they don't want this person in the cubicle playing Country Western, so when their favorite song come on, they're going to turn it up loud. That could disturb the rest of the people. Okay. So nobody can use that. But they're allowed to listen to that station if it's streaming.
Okay.
They're allowed to listen to the .com radio station.
Okay.
So being that they're allowed to listen to .com radio station, 2 things happen with those companies. You're doing your work, and you got your headphones in, listen to your own unique brand or whatever you like, talk, music, rap, jazz, whatever. That's where we at.
Okay.
You know, right now, people can listen to us all over the world. And they probably are listening to us all over the world.
Right.
I want to say this, Charles, today, that not only that we've been friends for a long time. If I call you, you show up. You call me, I have to show up.
Okay.
Being that I've been doing this 40-some years now and watched the dynamic change from terrestrial radio to a .com radio. Mm-hmm. The only reason why terrestrial radio stations have to stream is because we the competition.
Okay. Okay.
We the competition.
Okay.
They have to stream.
Okay.
Because if they don't stream, nobody will be listening to them. because very few people are allowed to listen to terrestrial radios. They have a radio really in their cubicles or in their possession, period.
Okay.
I want to say to the people that's listening, right now, if you're riding in your car, I'm pretty sure your car, these new cars have Bluetooth. If you have a 2004, it have auxiliary in it. It just take that line to go from here to there. We have to take a break?
Yeah. We got to take a break. And I know y'all eating this up. Download them app this morning, www. New Orleans Talk Network. We also on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
And tune in. I listen to y'all.
Tune in.
Tune in radio. Wow.
Tune in radio.
Yeah. I'm listening on my
I
way.
said it once again, tune in radio.
Yeah.
It's time for a break. We'll be right back, but it's time for a change out there, people. Let's get it together.
Join in on Mondays from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry. There are no limitations or boundaries. We talk about life, and guess what? That includes you. So download the app today, New Orleans Talk Network, and subscribe on YouTube. That's every Monday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. New Orleans Talk Network, Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Jill Samuels with Faith That Works. Join us every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and 12 noon on New Orleans Talk Network as we change the lives of people with the Word of God by equipping the body of Christ to evangelize the world while reconciling people back to God. Let us continue to carry the water to the desert because Jesus is the living water.
Stop this hauling water to the sea.
Hello, this is Dr. Glenda E. Williams.
This is Charles Stewart.
Dr. Anthony Williams.
And I want to encourage you to join Church Without Walls every Monday morning from 11 a.m. to 12 noon.
And we want to encourage you to promote God's plan and not man's plan.
Don't you dare miss it. We are back. You are listening to Church Without Walls. Dr. Anthony Williams, Charles Stewart, and studio guest, the one and only Magic Herman Charles. Herman Magic Charles.
Anyway, head up. I'm a child of the King.
Yeah. He is a child of the King, and he's given us so much information, and we're excited to have him in the studio this morning because we need to know God provides. We ask God for certain things, and God give it to us. We just have to use it in the right way, in the proper way. And He sent people to tell us how to use it. We may not know it all, but we talked to a young man been in the business for 40 years, and he know it. The old people just said from the back of his hand to the front. So we excited to have him in the studio. You want to get in on the conversation? Download the app, www. New Orleans Talk Network, 504-341-8255. Herman, we back, so you got the floor again, Doc. You was telling us some information that you have to go to Southern Dillard to learn, LSU to learn the stuff that you're telling us this morning.
Yeah, well, it's very simple now. In fact, you don't have to have no rocket science knowledge. You don't have to have a degree. In fact, right now, anybody who want an internet radio station, I can have them with their own internet radio station in less than 4 hours. They can be broadcasting all over the world. On top of that, with this phone right here, I can right now, with my phones, start broadcasting live over WHKM from right here. I just have to press of a button, and it's in real time, and of course, it's high definition. I want to say this. It's an honor to be on this program, Church Without Walls, because Reverend William can attest to this. He said, "Go into all the world."
That's right.
And preach and teach the gospel of Jesus Christ. You know, I meet so many preachers that listen to me when I'm doing the gospel show, the Herman Magic Palace of Gospel on WBOK every morning. And then I meet so many people that listen to WHKM, so many preachers. And they say to me, you know, we listen to you all the time, great music, and sometimes you stop the music and you talk, great conversation. And they say they can tell me the minute, the hour, the year, the day, almost to the second when the Lord called them to go into all the world and preach the gospel. Mm-hmm. And I say, well, if you're preaching inside the four walls, you're not doing that. You're not heeding to the call.
Right. Okay.
And I say, but now, it ain't no accident you talking to me today. Because God called me. He called you to preach and teach the gospel. Okay? But you're still preaching inside the four walls. But now, it's a blessing that we met today, Pastor, because God called me to make sure that you cannot give him an excuse on why you're not preaching outside the four walls. Right. So he gave me, you understand, the knowledge and the talent to come up with WHKMradio.com. Mm-hmm. That can be heard all over the world.
Right.
So now, you don't have no excuse. What you going to do? What are you going to do now? You know, and they start telling me things like, well, you know, we tried to go on the radio, but it was too expensive and stuff like that. So I said, well, let me say it this way: I'm going to make it possible for you to be able to go on the air, not just on WHKM, but on any radio station you want to go on, no matter what the price is. And he said, well, how you propose to do that? Form a broadcast committee. The broadcast committee, you understand? Just like the pastors committee, right. The Pastors Aid Club, right. Form a broadcast committee, and their job will be to raise the money. You just say the fundraiser here. Mm-hmm. Raise the money so that you can pay for the time on the radio. But I advise them go on a network that's in the .com world. Mm-hmm. Come on, you got to come on a network that's in a .com world because that's where everybody at. Mm-hmm. Very few people are going to listen to terrestrial radio. They're good to have, but now you got to work hard and strenuously to make the people go to it when they're riding on their cars or when they're at home. Mm-hmm. Because now, Charles, they got a system they call Echo. It's a little box you put up here, and all you have to say to that box is, go to WHKM, and it automatically go to my station and start playing.
Okay.
Go to New Orleans Talk Network, it automatically go and start playing. Because it's a .com station, we're in the .com world once again. I want to say this to every preacher and every teacher and everybody that's listening to us today. And I'm going to say this slow. You have to get in to this .com world. You have to, because if you don't, you're going to be left behind. You're already behind because you're not in the .com world. You know, there's some preachers who tell me, "Oh man, I'm on Facebook. I got 5,000 listeners. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter and all that." You know, that's fine and dandy, but you don't own that. You don't own that. If Twitter go out tomorrow, if Facebook decide to charge you tomorrow, you understand? What are you gonna do? What are you going to do to your 5,000 listeners? In fact, you cannot even ask for donations on your Facebook show. You can't do it. Right. Now somebody probably doing it, and you didn't know that it's illegal for you to do it. So that's why it's no surprise that Brother Charles Stewart and Dr. Williams invited me over here to let you know. But at the same time, God bless the child that got his own. You are able to get your own now. You're able to get your own. This is owned by African Americans. WHKM is owned by my wife, my son, and I. They're owned by us. And the thing about having ownership, owning your own is now you can unite the people and you can unite your people. We must come together. We have to, as a race of people now, come together. You know, I watch the small churches and I watch the so-called mega church, African American churches, and the African American churches got their own clientele of preachers and organizations, and they speak as if the little church don't count. The little church that don't have the 5,000 members and stuff like that. But I say so often to them, you understand, you have to remember that you came from that little small church. All right. And then I venture out to say this shows, and sometimes I get in trouble. I promise you, and I believe this, and I've witnessed it and I've seen it. There is more spirit and more of God's presence in that small church that only hold 50 than the church that hold 5,000. Yeah. Because it's so much distraction. Satan have a lot of distractions. The women are going dressed in really and truly an unorganized way. You understand? And then there's so much going on in so many different areas, and so many people have this going on in the big churches. I don't have nothing against the big churches, but I can say this. You understand? It's too much distraction, and Satan is always present. I always say, because I come from a little small church, and I still belong to a little small church, that Satan don't hang around in the small churches on Sunday. He can't handle it because the spirit is alive and well, and the focus is on teaching and preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. You know, there are so many things I could say, but I know that I'm just a guest here. I stop the music and talk about it on WHKM.
Hey, Doc, let me tell you this here. When you come on Church Without Walls, you can act like you at Burger King, have it your way.
Well, I'm acting like I'm at the.
You have to hold nothing, Doc.
I'm acting like I'm at the seafood
Burger King's that hold the leg, you don't have to hold nothing back. Well, let it go.
Church Without Walls. This broadcast have the perfect title, and I'm pretty sure that y'all always have the perfect guests to come in and be on this show. But we have to be real with each other, and we have to make sure once again that we're in the .com world. We have to be in control of the .com world that we are presenting to the people. Dr. William and Brother Charles, they're in control of what they're saying and what they're doing and the information that they're giving out. The information that they're giving out and the things that we're talking about right now, you're not going to get that from the TV stations. You're not going to get that from the other radio stations that's not owned by us. They're not going to give it to you because they don't want you to know. We are the biggest competition. .com stations, .com. We are the biggest competition now because notice this. Everybody used to. We're about to take a break.
Got to take another break, and we're going to take a pause. They said for a word to call, but we'll be right back. And remember, audience, you can get in on this conversation. I know you're listening, but let's call Herman, let him know if you're in agreement with him. 504-341-8255. We'll be right back. Remember, it's time.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Hi, I'm Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services here live at New Orleans Talk Network. We're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Come join us. Thank you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
It's time. Time for us to make that change. And guess who can do it? You are the people, and we are the people who can do it. We have in the studio Herman, Magic Charles. We are excited to have him as our special guest. I'm Charles Stewart and Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams. You can download us on the app again, I always say. www. New Orleans Talk Network, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And I also want to say that Herman Magic's his radio station is WHKM and he's been on the air, I know, over 35, 40 years. And if you want to hear that good old down-home gospel music, he give it to you. He go all the way back. And I say all the way back, old school, new school, name it. But he also, most of all, he is a good friend, and I invited him to come on today, and he's here live in the studio. So I don't want to take up no more time. If y'all want to call him, you can talk to him, and he not bashful. I told him he can have it his way. Act like he had Burger King. Burger King got that commercial say, have it your way. So you can have it your way, you know, like you said, hold the pick or hold the lettuce, but you don't have to hold nothing with us on Church Without Wall. So imagine again, you were talking about earlier about the mega church and the small church, and we know God hang out in all the churches and in the church house, in the temple, whatever you want to call it, tabernacle, whatever you want to call it, he hangs out around there, but I think in a smaller church, he kind of like, he got the devil ain't got too many people to choose from. You know, like in a mega church when they say, come as you are, well, you know, some people really come as you are, come as a Jezebel. Right? Y'all know the Jezebel. They come in all walk of life, but in a small church, they seem to have respect for the man of God and for God. And we just go down Sunday morning and get a tune-up. So, and that's what you do all the week. You feed them, you motivate them through the Word of God, through music. So tell us more about your station, Magic.
About my station?
Yeah.
Okay, WHKM, once again, WHKMradio.com is a gospel internet radio station, and we play 90% of the music we play is traditional gospel. We go back to Madam Moss Clark and Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrer, the Blind Boys. We go back to we go through all of that, Albertine Walker, the Caravans, and that's what we do. But also, Charles, I wanted to add, along with that, we have WHKM TV. I don't talk about the TV side too much, but when people go to the website, they can look at WHKM TV. Now, WHKM TV is where these record companies send me the DVDs of the gospel artists, and we put them in the WHKM TV, and then I do a segment on WHKM TV where I talk about to the preachers in the churches. We the .com world.
Right.
You know, I talk about that. You have to go there to see that. But also we have WHKM TV. But now, through my years of being a program director for different gospel stations, terrestrial stations, what happened was those advertisers, I have major sponsors and major advertisers because they follow me wherever I went. On top of that, I didn't, and by the way, I did not get fired from those radio stations. You know, I didn't get let go. I walked in one Monday morning and I quit all four of them.
Okay.
And that was 19 years ago. And the reason why I quit is because I knew we would be in the .com world. So I say, I'm going to do this right now. Because if I do it now, by the time everybody catch on, I'm already be locked in all the world. So everybody started getting computers, desktop. And then everybody started getting laptop. Okay. And they were looking and searching for a place where they could go to just to be using the desktop or the laptop. And then when WHKMradio.com, people go to it and hear the gospel music and hear me on live, and they call in for requests, and then I would interview all these gospel artists, and they would be excited about that, and they started spreading the word. They started sending it to their friends. I can take this and send it to 2,000 people. Just send it after 2,000 people. Say I'm listening to WHKM, and they just hit it, and it's come on and start playing. But I got to go back to this. As African American owners, we have to now come together on one accord. In fact, we were at Meet the Candidates on the East Bank, all of us, all the African American owned .com stations. Okay. We were all there.
Okay.
And now, the political arena know our presence. Right. The political arena and the churches know our presence. Right. Now, I want to say this is that to the churches, I see y'all on Channel 20. I see y'all on Channel 20. I see y'all on these other TV stations. I don't have a problem with that. But let it be known, you're really throwing money away. You're throwing your money away because people are not watching TV at this hour while you're on. They're not watching TV. But if you go on their job, they got their earphones on, or if they're working on a construction job and they want to hear you. If you was on this station or if you was on WHKM, they'll be listening to you.
Right.
Anyway, nobody will they won't get in nobody's way. But right now, Dr. Williams and Brother Charles and we are here.
Right.
And we're not watching TV. We're not going to watch it. My wife is at work. She's not going to watch TV. And the sad part about this that a lot of ministries that's on those on the TV don't realize is that when you own, everybody working. Mm-hmm. Now at the same time, the people that's not working, the people that's at home, you know, I got to say it to you, you ain't gonna beat out the soap opera. Yeah. You're not gonna beat them out.
Right.
Right now, TV is becoming bleak because they got companies like Netflix where you can watch what you want when you want.
Right.
They got other companies that's doing all this. So TV is becoming bleak. You have to really have something real serious on TV. I always say this to people. My good friend Taraji P. Henson, who's on Empire.
Right.
You know, she and we were in a movie together, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. That's how we met.
Okay.
I've been in about about 17 movies, and people done watched them, but they didn't know it was me because I wasn't a star. You know what I mean?
Right.
And stuff. But she and I, we became close friends, and she was telling me about this show that was coming on. He said, I'm going to get them to write you in and stuff. And I said, well, that would be wonderful, but I can't leave WHKM. Okay. I said, if you get them to write me in, you got to film it here in New Orleans. Because you know, whoever owned that show, they own it. You know, but I own this, and I got to stay here to work this. Right. I own this. I can't walk away from this. So at the same time, Brother Charles, I want to say this lastly, that we have to work together. The big churches and the small churches, you have to work together. There is no preacher that's preaching at a mega church that didn't start out, you understand, going to a small church that didn't start out preaching probably at a small church. I don't have nothing against churches. I want people to know and understand that. But at the same time, I want to say to you, you got to come outside of the four walls to reach more people than the people within the church. The great thing about the small church is that we all know each other. Mm-hmm. We see each other every day. Right. You understand? I visit a lot of and I'm invited to a lot of the mega churches, but the people that's within that congregation, they don't even know each other. Right. They leave and they go on separate ways. Right. You know, they don't get a chance to really get to know each other, because now when they leave out the church, they're going, and you know, when you're going, you see the same people sitting in their own section. It shouldn't be like that, but it's like that. You know, just this group of people is in this section. So that's all people that probably work together, know each other, come from the same community, and they have no relationship whatsoever with this group over here, because they're the same way. But, you know, I'll say this lastly, on the basis of finances, not just in the church, but within our own community. Going back to the late Dr. Martin Luther King, he said that Negroes, we are the richest people in the world. Collectively. You're right. If we pool our resources together, we are the richest people in the world. But we spend our money righteously. We do righteous living. You know, I got to say this, and I know it might get me in trouble, but I don't care, because this is the way God gave it to me to do, to speak truth. Why do we seek? Do you know Charles and Dr. William? They took a survey, and they say by the year of 2022, that's not too far from here, African American women won't have their real hair, the hair they was born with, and African American women and black women and women of color, period, had the prettiest hair in the world. Right. But now, why would you cut your beautiful hair off?
It's your covering.
And then go, they're covering, right, right, Dr. William, you said it. And then go to, there's people advertise with me, and buy it.
Yeah.
Cut it off and buy more to put in.
Yeah. Well, why? You know, when God has already given African American women and women of color this hair with any kind of design you want to make, you can make it, but it's your real hair. Right. Okay. I'm going to say, I have to say that because this is what we have to do. We have to stop going with the world. Right. You understand? And do like Moses said when he came down with the tablet. Who's on the Lord's side?
Who's on the Lord's side? Come to me.
Come to me. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we have to do that. I want to say once again, I appreciate the fact that y'all invited me here to be a guest on the show. I'm not gonna say this too quickly, but I don't want it to be my last time. And then I want to invite you and Dr. William. I want to invite y'all to come to WHKM.
No, I accept that.
And we're gonna sit around, and I'm gonna let y'all tell the people about what y'all do here. Mm-hmm. Okay. What y'all doing here, and what this network is doing, and that's what we have to do. We have to come together on one accord, so everybody can start tuning in and getting involved in this .com world and listening to what like they say at WBOK, real talk for real time. Right. Real gospel for real time. Mm-hmm. Real coming together for this real time. Right. You know, they're designing and changing the dynamics in New Orleans in such a way, and I live there. I own a home there, to the point where this is what I see. If you don't own your own home in New Orleans, you're not going to be able to live in New Orleans. That's the way the political system is designing, and all of these big billionaires and millionaires are coming out here, bringing companies to the city. And you know, Charles, I stay in Holly Grove. I can afford to live anywhere I want to live. I can live in the gated community if I want to. But I chose to live among my own people because I wanted them to have a positive image to look at. I talked to these young boys all the time when my son was coming up. As I say so often, my son didn't go to the jailhouse. He went to Morehouse.
Right.
But I talked to these young boys, and I showed them a way to go, and my wife grabbed the girls, and we showed them a way to go. A lot of those girls finished college now.
Okay.
My son finished college. My son roommate was Stevie Wonder's son, and they all was good friends. And Steve Harvey's sons was at Morehouse at the same time, and they all became good friends.
Okay.
And they wouldn't hung up on this my daddy. No, they're doing what God blessed them with the talent to do. They're not in the entertainment industry. They're doing, you understand, what they went to school to learn to do, and they're doing it well. You know, and if we stop going into the gated community and always call it, I'm not going to live among the enemy. I've got a cousin that's a millionaire.
Right.
He's been living in the gated community for 30-some years now. His neighbors who live on the left side and the right side of him got yet to speak to him in the morning, but he speaks to them.
Yeah.
Only because, and they used to walk, they used to exercise and walk in front of his house, and when they found out that that's an African American man who owned that house, they started walking on the other side.
Yeah. And Herman, you're so right. And I happen to know Yonker, been knowing him a long time, you know, and a great man, a caring man. But a lot of us, we want to be accepted, you know, and you hear all the time, Herman, that for whatever reason, we seem to not know how to network with each other. Like you said, we spend more money. I know some 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I want to say, in the city of New Orleans, they said the African-American community spend on Canal Street alone, just in the city of New Orleans, $360 million a week. Now, just imagine in 1 week, that's the kind of money, but we don't own none of the building on Canal Street. We
There's
don't
a girl. In fact, there's a girl in French Quarters opened up a place. She's retired from the military. She's still they're still fighting her, and she got the building, but they're still fighting her to give her the permit to open the business up because it's in the French Quarter.
And you know what really disturbing is that we so talented, like you said, Herman. Think about it. You mentioned about Steve Harvey. He got one of the #1 show. You can go name on and on. Scandalous, Empire, all those different shows. We #1. When it comes to us having a party or show, why we can't be #1 in owning assets?
Right.
I mean, we can second line when they having what it is, cutting the ribbon of a new building gonna be built.
Yeah.
But we can't build it.
Right.
I mean, but once it be built, they let us second line.
Yeah,
Grand
but
opening.
we can build it, but we can't.
Why we can't open it up ourselves? I mean, we do the resources.
Yeah.
And you're like Pastor Jones, like his dream when he started this radio station, his dream that he said, man, we can network, we can put it together now. Herman, you was telling the people how they could start their own show. They can have a show on the app. But now, I don't want y'all to get confused. It do cost money.
It costs money.
It costs money now.
But
some of y'all have to be a follower. Now, you see, we have a problem. We don't want to be a follower.
Right.
And I said to the listening audience, come together, learn how this station is put together, support this station. Maybe God will bless you with your own.
That's right.
But we're asking right now that you support New Orleans Talk Network and also support WHKMradio.com and WHKM going to network with New Orleans Talk Network. We're going to be network with many other stations to come together. And we imagine I'm about a day that we're going to show the people that we can network and we can make it happen.
That's why I'm here. I'm here. I didn't say, oh no, man, y'all got a .com station. Even though we're doing different formats, I can't come on there and be no guest, man. I got to stay here at my own station. I didn't say I put my station on automatic pilot and came here not just because I know you, and we've been knowing each other for a long time, but because I want the people to know that you have to support this station. You have to support this station because this station is a station that's going to give you the voice. When the other networks ain't going to give you no voice. I'm telling you, they're not going to give you a voice. And having this network right here is giving you a voice. So you support it. Support it spiritually, support it mentally, support it physically, and show enough support it financially. Because once you do that, then you will soon discover that any issues or anything that come up where our people need to be informed about it, you can come here to 7601 and do it. They're not going to let you come. You understand? In other words, it's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. When there were certain cases taking place in the city of New Orleans, they could only go to WBOK and talk about it.
Right.
The other radio station wouldn't let them come in and talk about it.
But anyway, we got to wrap the show up, y'all. I always tell y'all this is the fastest hour in show business, in my opinion. So, Dr. Williams, you got something you want to say real quick because we're at the end of the show?
One thing I'd like to say, thank everybody that came out on the first Sunday to support me at True Vine. We had a good time, and the people really enjoyed the service.
Magic.
Hey, y'all be blessed and continue to look up. And once again, continue to support African-American-owned businesses, African-American, just New Orleans Talk Network. Continue to support it, to support the record numbers. I want all the preachers that listen to me. I know a lot of preachers probably watching me, and some of the things I said, they probably call your pastor and told him you got to check it out. I want y'all to do this. Pastors, I want y'all to come together and support this station financially. Just like we support the churches in so many ways financially, support this New Orleans Talk Network. It's the most informative radio station on the World Wide Web. It's being heard all over the world. You support them, and they can continue to support you in any endeavor, in any event that you may be having. Just like Dr. Williams said, we want to thank all the people who turned out for that. Well, we want to thank all the preachers in advance who going to turn out and support New Orleans Talk Network financially. Be blessed,
Thank you, everybody. And we got to get out of here, but always end the show by saying there's no such thing as being half dead. If you're dead, you're dead. Love you. Have a great week.